African leaders gather in Ethiopia for annual African Union Summit. African leaders are gathering this weekend in Ethiopia for a high-stakes African Union (EU) summit marked by intense debate over Sudan crisis, geopolitical pressures, and shifting international partnerships. At the heart of the gathering are calls for stronger EU leadership to end the devastating conflict in Sudan, growing scrutiny of Donald Trump's global policy influence, and a review of Italy's ambitious Mattei plan for Africa. As the 39th AU summit unfolds, the war in Sudan looms large as the gravest humanitarian catastrophe in Africa. Experts warned that the continent's flagship institution has struggled to assert decisive influence over a conflict that has displaced millions and deepened famine conditions. AU structures have often been outpaced by parallel diplomatic efforts led by external powers, diluting the Union's diplomatic leverage. Analysts say this summit represents a pivotal opportunity for the AU to transition from reactive statements to practical political strategy. The African Peace and Security Council's recent decision not to lift Sudan's suspension from AU membership underscores the complexity of reconciling diplomatic norms with on-the-ground realities, as reconciliation efforts continue amid grinding violence. Meanwhile, campaigners and civil society organizations insist the fundamental reasons for Sudan's suspension, including the collapse of legitimate governance, remain unresolved. The summit also reflects Africa's broader geopolitical recalibration. Even though U.S. President Donald Trump is not attending, his policies on aid, trade, and immigration are described by commentators as the elephant in the room. Trump's cuts to traditional foreign aid frameworks and shift toward transactional bilateral deals, paired with dismantling of major development agencies, have injected uncertainty into Africa, U.S. relations, and prompted African states to balance engagement with alternative partners. On the economic and cooperation front, Italy is using the summit to review progress on its Mattei plan for Africa, a €5.5 billion initiative launched in 2024 to foster long-term partnerships across energy, infrastructure, education, and agriculture. At the second Italy-Africa summit held alongside the AU meeting, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and participating heads of state discussed the plan's expansion into 14 focus countries and the mobilization of multilateral financing alongside European and African institutions. While proponents view the Mattei plan as Italy's bid to build a constructive, reciprocal partnership and a European presence distinct from U.S. and Chinese models, critics argue funding constraints and implementation hurdles could limit impact amid Africa's massive development needs.